Okay, we'll call the meeting to order and stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mrs. Icord? Here. Mrs. Lenahan? Here. Mr. Gamble?
Here.
I'll move to approve the minutes for April 1st. Second. Mrs. Lenahan? Yes. Mr. Gamperline?
Yes.
Mrs. Icorn?
Yes.
And I'll move to approve the minutes for April 10th.
I'll second that.
Mrs. Icorn?
Yes.
Mr. Gamperline?
Yes.
Mrs. Lenahan?
Yes.
And Matt said that the YMCA was doing a presentation tonight, but I do not know who that would be, and I don't see anyone here. Okay. And then we had Scott Castro from Trebell was coming in to discuss the natural gas aggregation, but I don't see him here either. Okay. We'll go on to resolutions. And
Could either show up after we move on and they do their presentation, whatever. Or are you guys okay with that?
yeah.
Okay.
Point of order, Madam Chair. The agenda doesn't list a typical unscheduled business or public comment section. Was that an oversight?
I'm sorry, I was telling Shira, since we moved it to the top, I omitted it accidentally. The sheets are out, so there is public comment tonight. I have two requests, so if you want to do them now.
Sure. Is anybody else cold in here, or is it?
Yeah.
It is cold. Okay. Josh, can you check? Is it?
Okay, Nico, you want to start?
Sure. Good evening, Nico Fernando, 25 Lexington Drive in Liberty Township. I was rising to speak this evening on the matter of the aggregation and had anticipated that Mr. Del Castro would be here from Trebell. There were some comments that he made when he was here April 1st, alluding to his hope for transparency in disclosing his rate for the Trebell services and also the aggregation rate that we were able to get into contract for, I believe, earlier this week. So I'm not sure if that would be appropriate to direct that to staff and trustees, if that's something that you have available for information, or if that would be best directed to Mr. Del Castro. But we were just following up on his pledge for transparency from last meeting.
Okay, so are you asking what the price is?
I'm asking, I guess, two questions specifically: what his millage rate is for a fee for service that is being paid to Trebell,
Okay.
and then my understanding is that is a part of the total rate that we pay. So then, what that total rate that he was able to go into contract for is for the electric application.
Okay, Matt is not here, but he signed it. Do we have a copy of it? Whatever he signed?
Yes, we do.
And what was the price on it?
The total price for the resident is
.045 or .048? 0482?
I'm just doing from what I understood, 488 or 482, I don't recall which.
Yeah, last number I heard was 0482.0482.
And that's the total rate.
Yes.
Okay. And did he make a disclosure about what his fee was that was going to be a part of that rate?
So he may have, and we have been, I have not heard all the details of it, but I believe we've been notified by his attorney about, I don't know what.
We have a resolution on at the end to address that.
Okay.
So, I mean, they're claiming part of it is, they've sent us a document with redactions that were made.
Okay.
Our legal, the prosecutor's office.
Is this the RFI we were talking about?
No, this is just the regular contract.
Okay.
But they won't really talk with us, so we have to have the prosecutor's office contact them.
So is this regarding one of the requests for information? Was there?
Yeah, we have 12 of them for that contract. But the
Okay.
contract has redactions made, and we can't release it because we don't have a basis for the redactions.
Okay. So I guess that's where we're at with that.
Okay.
I do know that I think I was told when I got the rate that it's the lowest there's ever been. So that's nice. And I do know that you don't have to participate if you don't want to. But I don't know about the millage. I know that he told us it would be between 1 and 2. And that's all I know for sure, because I haven't, we gave Matt authority to sign the document.
Thank you for that, and I hope that perhaps the specifics of that would be forthcoming once you guys are able to work through whatever the issue is with the redactions in the contract.
Yeah.
I would like to say, I was not really fond of how the whole process went until last meeting. I was not thrilled with the fact of signing over our ability of it just coming in on one factor under 5. I can say I have seen a contract. I do know what the total, the fee number is, but again, I'm not going to disclose that until we get legal advice. I will say that I'm comfortable as a trustee that the residents I do feel will be saving money. I do think it's seems like a good number, a good deal. But I do understand the question on transparency. So
Yeah, absolutely. I think our basis for that is, while the total rate is low, which is great, and that's a savings for the residents of the township, our concern would be that if the fee for service that Travell is building into that rate is outside of market standards, then there might be a possibility that there's being too much carved out for Travell, and there would be further savings that could have been passed on to the residents that didn't because of this particular arrangement.
I think I can address that. It's not.
Well, that would be
Yeah.
a great development, because 1 to 2 mils seem to be outside the range of typical fee rates.
It's not. We compared what other things are before a long time ago. It between 1 and 2 is not outside of what is normal.
Thank you.
Rick Carr?
Yep. Trustees, Rick Carr, 3375 Brentwood Court. I just wanted to take a few minutes and briefly provide you with some information on an Attorney General opinion. As a resident, I'm concerned with the township residents be saddled with expenses with the potential of a removal for a cause petition. So the opinion of Jim Petro, Attorney General, opinion number 2006-022 on May 5th, 2006, outlines what can and can't be done by a trustee, and basically the key is that you may not, if you're being removed for action, you may not participate in board deliberation or vote. The second note was that a township trustee who signed a petition for removal of cause can participate in the board meetings and vote. And the third is that you cannot be reimbursed for any legal expenses that you incur in defending a removal for cause action. So I will just provide that information here in written form. Copy for you, copy for the record, and that's all I have to say.
Okay, we'll move on to resolutions. And I'll move to approve Resolution 1904-1501.
I'll second it.
Mr. Gemperline?
Yes.
Mrs. Icorn?
yes.
Mrs. Lenahan?
Yes. I'll move to approve Resolution 1904-1502, accepting bills, warrants, and charges.
Second.
Mrs. Icorn?
Yes.
Mrs. Lenahan?
Yes.
Mr. Gimperly?
Yes.
And I'll move to approve Resolution 19041503, authorize opening a lockbox account with First Commonwealth, whereas per ORC 505.441, charges collected for emergency medical services billing reimbursements shall be kept in a separate fund designated as the Fire and Rescue Services, Ambulance Services, and Emergency Medical Services Fund to be appropriated by the Board of Trustees. And whereas in order to comply with ORC 505.441, it's necessary for the township to open a lockbox account into which these funds will be deposited.
Second that.
And we have attachments for you to sign to open that account, but we anticipate right now. Mrs. Icorn?
Yes.
Mr. Gimperly?
Yes.
Mrs. Lenahan?
Yes.
I have another comment if I can make on this too. I did not appropriate the money because I don't know how much there's going to be. And I did add the fund, we did that at the last meeting. So there is a fund to put the money in. And I can appropriate it as soon as I have.
Okay. Thank you.
Do we have any updates on the communication? I know the chief had said in the last meeting about sending out correspondence to the residents.
I don't know. I know that I'm interested in that, so hopefully it's ready.
Okay.
Move to approve Resolution 19041504, a resolution to approve the 3-year renewal agreement between Liberty Township and the International Association of Firefighters.
Second.
And most of the, well, all of the compensation related things you approved with the fact finders report at the last meeting. So this is just finalized contract.
Thank you.
I know a lot of hard work went into this, so thanks.
Mr. Gimperly?
Yes.
Mrs. Icorn?
Yes.
Mrs. Lenahan?
Yes. Move to approve Resolution 19041505, adopting revised rules of decorum for trustee meetings. Whereas the Board of Trustees approved rules of decorum for trustee meetings with the passage of Resolution 13040107, and whereas this document has been updated and revised, now therefore be it resolved by the Liberty Township Board of Trustees to adopt the attached revised Board of Trustees meeting rules of decorum.
Second that.
Was this seen by your prosecutor's office?
It was run through legal. It originally, yes. In 2013, we did not add anything, we just removed things. And it was more of the personal, there were like the personal, do I say ideas, no abusive language, that sort of thing.
But I guess what I'm asking is, since the recommendations for some of the removal, has it been seen by our?
It has not seen by the prosecutor, it was at the advice of a legal, the advice of an attorney.
I was not privy to that legal information. I did not receive it for that, so I'm not comfortable passing it until the prosecutor's office sees it or that I have communication with that lawyer that gave the advice.
Mr. Gimperly?
Yes.
Mrs. Lenahan?
Yes.
Mrs. Icorn?
No.
And then the next one is Resolution 190415-06, authorizing the hire of one part-time Parks and Road Services worker. And this is to replace one of our student help or seasonal workers from last year who is not returning. He is a senior at Liberty High School, so we will have him through the summer at least, and I would expect a couple of these to trickle in for the next couple of weeks.
Move to approve Resolution 19041506.
Second?
Mrs. Icorn?
Yes.
Mrs. Lenahan?
Yes.
Mr. Gimperly?
Yes.
Authorizing expenditure for paramedic refresher class, Resolution 19041507, and this is just an annual, I don't think it needs to be fire department, but this is their annual report.
I'm going to motion to table this.
I'm sorry,
We've already
what?
had the last.
So you're just asking us to pay for it, and it's $3,000, and you've already had it?
We have it every year. We have to have it.
I understand that, but you have to ask for the money before it.
So, well, okay, I'm just telling you, the plan's already been done.
So I'm going to move to table it, so we can discuss that.
For parliamentary procedure, I believe we're supposed to take a vote when we table it, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm motioning to table it. So I would need a second.
This is just to find out how it came down the way it did.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll second that.
And I believe you're supposed to take the vote.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Mrs. Lenahan?
Yes.
Mr. Gepperline?
Yes?
Mrs. Iconn?
Yes.
And the next one is 19041508, authorize expenditure for fire department water rescue certification. And this is I believe it's another annual renewal.
Has this already occurred? The water rescue certification?
We have one person rescued that way. I'm guessing that's what's his name.
Yeah.
Has it already?
Firefighter Smith.
Plead the fifth, Josh.
Firefighter
It's a long process.
Run, Josh.
There's several disciplines he still has to be done too.
So it's already been spent.
I would believe so, I guess it does.
It's an 8-month course, so I don't know if he's still in it.
He is still in HD.
Did we maybe already approve one earlier asking for this stuff?
I don't.
Hopefully.
It's probably me, I'm sure it's documented in the training budget, but I know what you're saying, since it's
All right.
above the 25.
Move to approve resolution 19041508.
Second.
Mrs. Icorn?
Yes.
Mrs. Lenahan?
Yes.
Mr. Gepperline?
Yes?
Resolution 19041509, authorizing the Delaware County Prosecutor's Office to negotiate and/or clarify contract terms. This was sent to us by the Prosecutor's Office. It will allow our Assistant Prosecutor to reach out to Traybell's attorneys.
Okay. Move to approve resolution 19041509.
Second?
Mr. Gepperline?
Yes.
Mrs. Icorn?
Yes.
Mrs. Lenahan?
Yes.
And the last is 190415-10, a resolution authorizing all actions necessary to enter into a master services agreement with Volunteer Energy Services, Inc. for 24 months to supply natural gas for the Liberty Township Natural Gas Governmental Aggregation Program and declaring an emergency. This resolution was sent to us by Traybell, so I hate to say I don't know anything about this, but I don't know anything about it.
Is this what he says basically the template of what he's done in other townships?
I got, I didn't get any, I asked him for some information, but this is what we got.
Because I understood that prosecutor's office already had.
No, I didn't receive this until about 3 o'clock today, so I sent it to Vince. We do send all of the contracts through the prosecutor's office, so they can approve them as to form. Vince got it from me. He responded about 3:46 and said he was sorry, but he would not have time between then and 4:30 to review it, but he could review it tomorrow and get it back to us. We do have to have a special meeting early next week, since this is a month with 5 Mondays. So that could be an option for you. I do have correspondence from Scott. Maybe I didn't bring it. I had an email from him asking if we could wait on it, and he said that he was saying that the rates came in on sometime last week, and there's been movement upwards. I think he said he got the rates on the 8th, and there has been some movement upwards, so he wanted the contract signed tonight. But that was the only information I got from him.
All right, let me make a motion. So I'll move to approve resolution number 190411510. The beauty of resolutions is that when you pass one, you can unpass it within hours. So if the prosecutor determines there's anything wrong, all we have to do is unpass the resolution. Resolutions aren't that difficult to say we're not doing it. So if there is an emergency, I'm going to go ahead and motion to do it, knowing that we can always undo it. Any resolution can be undone by the end of the meeting.
Not only is this being done so that we can make sure we lock the low rate that we've got.
That's what it sounds like. If he said the prices are going up, so it needed to be done tonight.
He was, yeah, I mean, he was going to meet or something. I don't want to say what he was going to say.
Okay, and if Vince sees anything wrong with it, we can just simply say undo it.
With signing this, you will be signing the contract as well.
Okay.
See, the only issue I have, and I do think they did a nice job with the last contract. Again, I wasn't excited with the process. I'm still not happy with that resolution that was passed. But I feel, again, we're in the same situation. If they got the bids on the 8th, and we didn't get this until this afternoon, and then they say it's a rush situation, I just don't like how that procedure is going. We should have gotten it.
I don't know when this bid was. I don't think, I don't know. I don't think it was the same day. I think it took them out.
But what I'm saying is that we could have easily gotten this on Friday and had the whole weekend to look at it, and we didn't. And so that's where my frustration lies. Again, I was not concerned once I saw the contract, and again, I want to be careful what I say because we're pending legal advice. But I was fine with that piece of it, but I still wasn't fine with the process, and I feel like we're in the same place that we were 2 weeks ago. And so again, if the bids came in earlier last week or even midweek, we know that we could have gotten this on Friday. Now we're in a rush situation today. That just doesn't sit well with me. And so to me, again, Vince may come back tomorrow. He may say this looks fantastic, move forward. I know we're in a difficult situation because Matt won't be in this week. I almost feel that the flip side of something like this, why would we pass it tonight if we could wait and hear the information?
I think the reason is that the price won't hold, but yes, if we pass this, we're agreeing to this, but we can just as easily say, you know what, we don't agree, and you need to change this. It's easy to do.
What I understood Scott to say was the contract is a template that the prosecutor's office has already approved for other townships. And so it's just rubber stamp. Though the prosecutor's office has to look through it and verify it. But if it is basically a copy of one they've already approved, then it's sort of an automatic that it's going to approve this one.
But I don't, it's nothing against him or his company. It's just, I don't know that. And any supplier could come in and say something and not really mean it. And I'm not saying his company is doing that, but I'm saying any company could come in and say that, again, doing our due diligence. And it's just, when we're talking about declaring an emergency on the last sentence of this, that just seems a little silly when they've had it for a week. And I just don't want to get that, it just, again, kind of feels like, oh, the prices might go up, so you got to hurry and sign. But that's my thoughts on that.
I just think it's the nature of business. They didn't show up.
Oh, I do agree with the market changing, I get that, but I just think if they had it on the 8th, there's no reason they couldn't have given this to us by Friday, at least to review on the weekend.
There sounds very well may not be, though there may be, I don't know.
Point of information, Madam Chair. Point of information, Madam Chair.
We're in the middle of a vote.
Mrs.
Well, the
Linehan?
point of
Yes.
information supersedes a vote.
Sir, we're in the middle of a resolution
But
passing.
Parliament's procedure, a point of information supersedes a vote. It's a privileged motion.
Nico, we had public comment and so, and now we're in the process of passing resolutions.
I would just point out for the record that there are 2 exhibits that are referenced in this contract that are, that said attached here to by reference, that are not provided to the trustees for review as you're taking this vote.
Okay.
So just be aware that you're taking a vote with articles of information that are incorporated into the contract that they have not provided.
Okay. Come on up and explain what you're talking about.
So if you're looking through that document,
Hey, Nico, before you start, I think Kathy has something to say.
yes,
I have the exhibits, but they're marked confidential.
Oh,
that's fine, as long as you guys have had an opportunity to review them, because you guys haven't seen them, so.
I just got those today.
what are the exhibits that you're referencing, Nico?
I
I'm
don't know.
going to tell you what they are, and you tell me if they're what you're referencing.
Sure.
Service, the term, the price, the termination fee, the general pricing provision,
There was
and
here on,
administrative fee.
there was here on page 8, Article 5.1, Exhibit A, pricing terms and conditions.
Page 8,
Yeah, page 8 of the document you have, the very bottom article.
okay. Article 5, prices and fees,
Yep.
that's what this is.
Okay, great, you've had a chance to see them, just want to make sure you have the full contract before you vote.
Thank you.
Do you think you want to comment? No, because that just goes back to the question with Matt out not being able to review it, without him having it being reviewed. All right.
Mr. Gimperline?
Yes.
Mrs. Ikwin?
No. I don't think, probably will not pay back down, it's just the process that I.
And if there's anything wrong with it, okay, I'm going to motion to go to executive session for ORC 1212221G1 to consider the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, or compensation of a public employee, and for ORC 12122G3, conferences with an attorney for the public body concerning disputes, subject of pending or imminent court action, and for ORC 12122G5, matters required to be kept confidential by federal law or regulations or state statutes.
Second.
Mrs. Linehan?
Yes.
Mr. Gimperline?
Yes.
Mrs. Ikwin?
Yes.